It's like a greatest hits collection of missed layups. I can't even believe this is real. I just stumbled across of it. There's 2 different videos now floating around out there, and it's unbelievable.
Angel Reese just pulled off the biggest bluff in WNBA history. Pay me more or I'm out. The only problem? She followed up that bold declaration with a performance that had fans wondering if she was auditioning for a home renovation show instead of a basketball game. It wasn't just a bad night, it was a bricklaying masterpiece. After demanding superstar money on her podcast, Reese stepped onto the court and promptly went 5 for 13 in her next unrivaled game. And if you think that's bad, one of those shots didn't just miss, it smacked the bottom of the backboard like it was trying to escape the gym. The timing couldn't have been worse for her argument, or better for everyone who enjoys comedy.
Because I'm hearing like, yeah, they don't give us, if y'all don't give us what we want, like, we sitting out.
That's a possibility.
I guarantee you, the intelligent folks, and there are plenty in the WNBA, are saying, will you two idiots just shut up? Sit out.
Girl, y'all benefited from everything. Y'all youngins benefited from NIL.
What does that mean? We deserve more.
So, let's break it down. Have you ever wondered what would happen if a WNBA player threatened to hold the entire league hostage over salary demands? Well, Angel Reese just gave us the answer, and it's hilarious. On a recent episode of her podcast Unapologetically Angel, which, let's be honest, should be renamed Unintentionally Comedic, Reese sat down with her partner in delusion, Dejanay Carrington, and delivered what might be the most over-the-top ultimatum in league history. She didn't just advocate for higher pay, she straight up suggested that if she doesn't get what she wants, she's willing to boycott.
I love how y'all have selective hearing. I said I'm hearing if they don't give us what we want, we sitting out. And that's the truth. Good.
This is the same person that literally said she didn't know what her WNBA salary was and that it didn't even cover her rent.
Yep, you heard that right. Angel Reese, who has yet to prove herself as a dominant force in the WNBA, thinks she has the leverage to shake the league to its core. But here's the problem. When your argument is, I deserve more money, the worst thing you can do is turn around and put up a performance that would make even rec league players cringe. And that's exactly what happened. While Reese was busy demanding superstar treatment, Caitlin Clark was out here actually playing like a superstar, pulling in record-breaking ratings, filling arenas, and, oh yeah, making her shots. Meanwhile, Reese was turning layups into viral blooper reels. So, is the WNBA really shaking in fear over this boycott threat? Or is Reese just giving fans another reason to laugh? Stay tuned, because we're about to dive into the most embarrassing highlights, well, lowlights, of Angel Reese's so-called superstar run.
My expectation is to be one of the best players in the world one day. I wouldn't expect anything less than that.
More history for the Fever Rookie.
At this point, continue to be myself, and I think a lot of good will come from that.
The moment Angel Reese stepped onto the court after her bold boycott threat, it was like the basketball gods had a sense of humor. If you're going to demand superstar money, you'd better deliver a superstar performance, right? Well, let's just say Reese's game film from that night looked more like an instructional video on how not to finish at the rim.
Gets to Sykes, lofts it up. Reese on the cleanup. Power dribble to separate.
Facing off against Aaliyah Boston's Vinyl Basketball Club in the Unrivaled League, Reese had the perfect opportunity to prove why she deserved a bigger paycheck. Instead, she delivered a masterclass in missed layups. We're talking wide-open shots, point-blank attempts, and bunnies that didn't just rim out. They clanked off the backboard like someone forgot to calibrate her shot meter. The timing of this meltdown couldn't have been more disastrous. Just days after claiming her WNBA salary doesn't even pay one of her bills, she put up a performance that had fans wondering if the rent was due mid-game. At one point, it almost seemed like her teammates stopped passing her the ball, maybe out of secondhand embarrassment.
She just threatened the lockout. If y'all don't give us what we want, we sitting out. This is why sometimes you probably should have somebody look over a podcast. She's threatening to go on strike. I actually understand it's the way negotiations work in the CBA, not on a podcast.
Now, let's rewind for a second. Reese's rookie contract pays her about $73,000 this year. part of a 4-year, $325,000 deal, completely standard for WNBA rookies. But according to Angel, this salary barely covers her basic expenses. She went viral on TikTok, ranting about how the WNBA doesn't even pay one of my bills. And then she casually revealed she's paying $8,000 per month in rent, which adds up to $96,000 per year, more than her entire WNBA salary.
I just hope y'all know the WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills. Let me do the math real quick.
It might cover that. Yeah, it covers that. It definitely covers that.
What is I don't even know my salary.
Listen, nobody's saying she can't live the lifestyle she wants. But maybe, just maybe, if your rent alone is more than your entire WNBA salary, it's not the league that's the problem. It's called budgeting, Angel. But instead of rethinking her approach, Reese doubled down on her boycott threat, hopping onto social media to make it crystal clear that she wasn't just speaking off the cuff. She meant it. She's ready to sit out if her financial demands aren't met.
No, my rent is more than that. It's $8,000. I'm living beyond my means.
Here's where it gets even funnier. One of her biggest complaints? That future rookies, like USC's Juju Watkins, could end up making more money than her. Reese whined, "The ones coming in this year will still be on the rookie contract, but the ones after that, they're probably going to be making more than us."
But the women coming in, not this year, but next year.
Yeah.
The ones coming this year will still be on the rookie contract again.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that the year after, they gonna get more. They probably gonna be making more than us.
Well, they are.
I'm hurt.
They are. Like, yeah. I've been in the meetings. They are.
That's not injustice, Angel. That's literally how professional sports contracts work. She signed a 4-year rookie scale deal. Even if the WNBA negotiates a new CBA that raises rookie salaries, she's still locked into the contract she signed. That's how every league operates. Imagine if every second-year NBA player demanded a raise just because the salary cap went up. It doesn't work that way.
Like, if I'm an NBA owner, I didn't get rich by wasting a couple million on something that has no chance of making money. These two, sit out. See what happens. Now, I would miss watching the Fever. I would miss watching Caitlin Clark, but I wouldn't miss anything else.
And let's not forget, the WNBA still lost around $40 million last season. They're not exactly sitting on NBA-level revenue. The league cannot afford to start ripping up contracts just because Angel Reese doesn't like hers anymore.
You lost 40-50 million. You know who would clap for you all sitting out? The NBA. So they don't have to subsidize your dumbasses to the tune of 40 to 50 million a year.
But let's get back to what really matters: performance. If you're going to demand special treatment, you better play like an all-star. Instead, Reese is out here missing layups like she's trying to test the structural integrity of the backboard. So, let's get real. If Angel Reese thinks she's too good for her WNBA contract, she might want to start proving it on the court. Because right now, the only thing she's leading the league in is missed layups.
Final as a club has not made a three-pointer. Grace turnaround, no good. Final third in the league in three-point field goals. Reese looks to stick with it, nabs it back. Angel Reese, no.
But here's the problem. The numbers tell a completely different story. Angel Reese talks a big game about how she's one of the faces of the WNBA. But when you actually look at the ratings, it's clear that the real reason people are tuning in has nothing to do with her. In fact, when she played without Caitlin Clark on the other side of the court, the viewership numbers plummeted.
Angel Reese last night, once again, had one of the worst shooting games in the history of planet Earth. For what's supposed to be a big... I mean, what in the hell is going on here? I understand her team won. I get it. 5 of 13 from the field. 13 rebounds, 5 offensive rebounds, only 10 points.